Welcome to the Flow Tracy Money Audio Commentary. This is Owen Tracy recording. It's 3:13 p.m. That is Central Time, and today is March 11th. Well, certainly plenty to talk about today, and Bitcoin pushed onto a new high in the early hours of European trading, and I think that was probably more associated with the LSE's announcement that they're going to grant permission for ETNs to trade in the UK in the second quarter of this year, or at least they're going to begin accepting applications in the second quarter of this year. Then Nvidia followed through on the downside from the big downward dynamic that we saw on Friday, but not in a dynamic manner. And then Meta also paused in here today, and kind of on the back of some of the speculation around what's going to happen with TikTok. And there is a growing swell of support among politicians that it should be divested from its Chinese parent, at least for the US business. And there are, I think, very clear arguments there around both property rights, but at the same time also state actors within the media sector. Now, the reason that Meta pulled back was very much associated with Donald Trump coming out and saying that he doesn't want to grant any additional power to Facebook. And I think there are legitimate concerns there as well. But I think when we think about the role of social media and how it has affected society, and particularly children, then granting that amount of influence to any one company is certainly something that needs to be addressed, but most particularly when it comes to social media. Then when we think about the wider market, so Wall Street was pretty much unchanged, and the dollar was a little bit steadier following the weakness last week. So gold was pretty much unchanged, oil was unchanged, natural gas was a little bit lower. Cocoa, which has a limited supply argument attached to it, very similar to what we have with Bitcoin, was at a new high. Coffee was pretty much unchanged, down a bit. But then the Chinese market is continuing to rebound, and the Japanese market took its cue from the negative performance we saw on Wall Street on Friday, and was down about 2% on the Nikkei. The yen, however, was not that much stronger and is now testing the region of the 200-day moving average. So we've had quite a bit of chop and change, and then other markets really haven't moved very much. But there are certainly a couple of points that are worth